At number 10 we have a man who gives it all. This manhwa is about Kang Ji-han, a person who is known for being a strict kid who also happens to be very good-looking guy, almost like a famous person. He does well in school and has really good relationships with others, but there's a secret about him that no one knows. He is in a romantic relationship with Ji Jin-young, who is a senior in his department and whom he met through a dating app for gay people. However, things take a surprising turn when Ji-han had a few drinks and after getting drunk at a department club dinner, mistakenly kisses Moon Wei-seop, a fellow student known for being into anime and manga. Since then, Wei-seop starts following Ji-han around acting possessive and claiming that they are now dating just because of that one kiss. Ji-han is puzzled by Wei-seop's sudden attachment and his quirky way of thinking. To make matters more complicated, Wei-seop's appearance and personality are a stark contrast to Ji-han's usual type, which leads to inner conflict and confusion for Ji-han. As the story unfolds, the dynamic between Ji-han, Jin-young and Wei-seop becomes even more tangled. While Jin-young notices the increasing closeness between Ji-han and Wei-seop, which triggers jealousy and complicates their existing relationship, Ji-han finds himself in the middle of this confusing love triangle, struggling to navigate his feelings and choices. This manhwa is actually the best love triangle manhwa I've read so far because we get to see a really dark cat Seam and a rabbit-like Seam who's both obsesses with our flirty uke. So if you're looking for a manhwa that just gives spiciness and story, then this manhwa might be for you. Coming at number 9 we have Stay With Me. This manhwa is about when Choi Bom unexpectedly came face to face with Kang Do-ha after a span of 7 long years. That triggered a whirlwind of emotions within him. A mixture of relief and anger swirled within Bom's body and heart. He felt a sense of relief knowing that Do-ha was safe and sound, but simultaneously harbored anger towards Do-ha for disappearing without a trace for such an extended period of time. Moreover, Bom found himself grappling with self-directed frustration for still holding onto feelings for Do-ha after all these years. But the offer made by Do-ha to become Bom's housekeeper seemed like a potential avenue to confront and unravel the complexities of his emotions. Yet, Do-ha's reluctance to divulge any personal details only served to deepen Bom's bewilderment. Questions swirled in his mind about the motives behind Do-ha's sudden reappearance and the reasons that led to his prior disappearance. At the forefront of Bom's thoughts was the pressing concern of whether he could place his trust in Do-ha once more and believe him that this time, Do-ha would remain a stable presence in his life. But in the midst of these uncertainties, Bom found himself contemplating the true intentions underlying Do-ha's return and seeking a pathway towards finding closure and inner peace amidst the storm of emotions raging within him. This manhwa is really cool and the Seam is just my type, tall Korean with a really handsome face. Your girl want that. It actually giving Jaehyun from NCT vibes cause they're both an artist. At number 8 we have Friends with Benefit. This manhwa follows the story of Lee Yoo-hee, who has been harboring a deep secret crush on his senior for the longest time, and one evening, as they were enjoying some drinks and having fun after a strenuous day, Lee Yoo found himself betrayed by his so-called drink buddies, who left him all alone in their table. When he eventually woke up, his eyes met with an empty table devoid of his crush or any of his companions. Fearing that his own thoughts and feelings may have driven everyone away, Lee Jun kindly escorted himself back to his apartment. However, their night took an unexpected turn when they encountered Cha Cheon-hyuk, who had overheard Lee Jun's heartfelt confession about wanting to be in a relationship with his senior. In a playful yet bold move, Cha Cheon cheekily smacked Lee Yu's behind and provocatively proposed spending the night together. Caught off guard and under the influence of alcohol, Lee Yu found himself in a perplexing situation. Feeling puzzled and intrigued, he reluctantly agreed to Cha Cheon's proposition, seeing it as an opportunity to explore new experiences before potentially confessing his feelings to his true crush. This manhwa is actually a fun manhwa to read if you're looking for a slice of life kind of manhwa with a little humor. The only problem here is the update. It has a slow update that just bored me at some point, but still I am holding to this manhwa. At number 7 we have The Tosa's Master. This manhwa is about the moment Cha Junseo stepped foot onto the campus as the new wealthy transfer student. His striking appearance and laid-back charm created a ripple of excitement and curiosity among his schoolmate. Known for his affluent background, Junseo effortlessly commanded attention wherever he went, drawing admiring glances and sparking conversations about his mysterious persona. But one student in particular caught his attention, and that is Baek Do-ah, a person who found himself captivated by Junseo's magnetic presence, his eyes lingering on Junseo's chiseled physique and confident aura. As Junseo and Do's paths crossed, their interactions grew increasingly flirtatious, their exchanges filled with playful banter and charged moments that left Doa feeling exhilarated and alive. Despite facing mistreatment from others in the past, Doa found himself drawn to Junseo, enchanted by his genuine interest and the way he made Doa feel seen and valued. However, everything took an unexpected turn when Doa was invited to Junseo's lavish home. As he wandered through the opulent halls, Doa stumbled upon a mysterious cage, sending a shiver of unease down his spine. But his curiosity piqued that made Doa approached a photo on the wall, only to freeze in horror as he recognized a face from his own past staring back at him. But before he could fully process the implications of his discovery, Junseo appeared, his voice dripping with a chilling calmness as he uttered those haunting words, "Do you like it? I made it just for you." The air suddenly felt heavy with tension as Doa realized that there was more to Junseo than met the eye. And the seemingly perfect facade he had been drawn to was hiding dark secrets and twisted intentions. Okay, let me tell you guys that this manhwa is not for the weak. I repeat, this manhwa is not for the weak. If you already read Killing Stalking and you like it, then this manhwa might be for you. But if that kind of manhwa traumatize you, this manhwa, skip this one. At number 6 we have Crucial Point. This manhwa is about Wook-ying, a person who enjoys experiencing both pleasure and pain at the same time. He dreams of finding a partner who truly understands and meets his needs, and by an unexpected chance, he meets someone known as Octomore, a person who suit his taste in men and the person who make him feel the idea of pain and pleasure. But as their relationship grows, Wook-ying is drawn into a mix of pleasure, pain and taking charge. The powerful dynamic between him and his master excites him, awakening a new passion within him. But their journey goes beyond physical experiences, exploring trust, vulnerability and a deep connection through sharing their desires and boundaries. And BQs of that, Wook-ying uncovers hidden parts of Octomore, while Wook-ying reveals his own desires and struggles. Their connection becomes a web of passion and submission, where every touch and word has special meaning. As Wook-ying learns about surrender and control, he begins to discover more about himself and embraces his true self under his master's guidance. But this feelings stop when Wook-ying decides to have an unrequired feelings to a person that just there for their own desire and pleasure. And when Wook-ying decide that he likes to stop doing things like with his master Octomore decided to give him the taste of his own medicine that make Wook-ying's life miserable. This manhwa is perfect if you're looking for a possessive manhwa, since we get to see a really crazy uke and a scene that fulfill that craziness. At number 5 we have Salvation Spirit, a captivating manhwa story that explores the tumultuous life of Hang-yul, a former child actor dealing with his past and uncertain future. Rising from his earlier fame is a story of redemption, love, and strong bonds shaping his one destiny. Hang-yul finds himself at a pivotal moment, haunted by a ghostly presence giving him a heightened sense of awareness of the world. Moving through the challenges of the entertainment industry, an encounter with a mysterious red string sets him on a journey of trials that will test his resilience. And to make matter worse, tragedy strikes on Hang-yul's life as a car accident crushes his dreams, exposing him to the harsh realities of a judgmental world. With his parents' marriage breaking apart, he is left adrift in emotional turmoil. In the midst of chaos, a ray of hope appears when Hang-yul meets Jung-eun Han on a film set. A figure of success in a competitive and deceptive world. Bound by fate, they face intrigue and passion, grappling with their inner struggles and societal expectations. As they navigate challenges together, Hang-yul and Jung-eun Han confront their past traumas and create a new path forward, defying odds and reshaping their world. Salvation Spirit blurs the lines between reality and fantasy, emphasizing the power of love and redemption in uncovering hidden truths through self-discovery and transformation. The characters learn that true salvation comes from facing fears and emerging stronger. This manhwa is actually cute and fun to read, but the possessiveness that Jung-eun has for Hang-yul is just kinda too much. Also, the ghost that follow Hang-yul is also obsesses with him, so I don't know what will happen to this story. Let's just hope for the best. At number 4 we have Morpheus. This manhwa about Jin-sung, a skilled technician and passionate Omega, who found himself trapped within the confines of a workshop controlled by the notorious criminal organization known as Gold Class. Under their oppressive grip, Jin-sung toiled away in captivity, yearning for freedom and a chance to break free from the clutches of his captors. with his days were filled with longing for the outside world and for the wind on his face and the taste of freedom that seemed so far out of reach. But as fate would have it, chaos erupted when the rival organization NYX launched a daring attack on the stronghold where Jinsung was held captive. The once secure hideout became a battleground with the sounds of gunfire and shouts ringing through the air. Amidst the chaos, Jinsung saw a glimmer of hope. A chance to make a break for it and escape the clutches of Gold Class once and for all. However, as he gathered his courage and prepared to flee, Jinsung's path crossed with that of a fellow captive, adding another layer of complexity to his already perilous situation. But the determination to protect this newfound companion, Jinsung found himself torn between his desire for freedom and his sense of responsibility towards others in need of his help. Just as he thought he might have a moment of reprieve, Jinsung encountered yet another member of the NYX organization, a man named Jae Lee, whose piercing gaze seemed to see right through him, and with that gaze that sensing the danger that loomed before him, Jinsung made a split-second decision to lie to Jae Lee, denying his true nature as an Omega in a desperate bid to avoid further scrutiny. However, fate had other plans in store for Jinsung, as Jae Lee's keen intuition hinted at the truth beneath the surface, and so before he could make his escape, Jinsung found himself captured by the enigmatic Jae Lee. Uncertain of what his future held in the hands of this mysterious figure, this manhwa is just I don't knows. I just want to get over with this, but still this is a top manhwa for me. At number 3 we have The Forbidden Fruit. This manhwa is about Isaiah, a person who broke the 5th commandment together with the 4th and 6th, where he killed the father of his friend and sleep with him. But before Isaiah broke all of these commandments, he was a lovely kid and a son to his ill father. He always looked strong and dependable in front of his father to make him not worry about anything, but deep inside, Isaiah is broken too. He does not believe in God and anything in these moments of his life. But when his friend Dennis decided to take him into the church and pray for his father's recovery, even though Isaiah doesn't believe in God, he cried while praying and asked for fogginess for himself and his ill father. But 2 months of praying did not do anything good for his father, and when his father dies, Dennis was the only person who with him and person that he broke the 6th commandment with, because his friend Dennis sleep with him. And after that one night with Dennis, Isaiah didn't stop on rebelling and letting himself hurt. He also killed Dennis' father, who is also the doctor of his died father, and with the information that he gets from him, he decided to find Dennis and make his suffer too. These manhwa is just as scary as it sound. Knowing that we get to see again a church type of manhwa. I don't know about you guys, but every time that a manhwa happens in the church it's always traumatizing. At number 2 we have Faithful Dog. This manhwa is about Ling Xiongwen and Bai Qingxiao, who found their destinies unexpectedly intertwined in a peculiar case titled The Lost Dog. But before their story start, Ling Xiongwen is a struggling college student burdened by the weight of his financial woes, embarked on a quest to reunite a missing canine with its rightful owner, hoping to earn a reward that could alleviate some of his financial struggles. Little did he know that this seemingly innocuous task would lead him down a path of unexpected encounters and unforeseen consequences. As Ling Xiongwen followed the trail that led him to the enigmatic Bai Qingxiao, he never anticipated the bizarre turn of events that awaited him. Upon arriving at Bai Qingxiao's residence with the lost dog in tow, he stumbled upon a scene that left him utterly flabbergasted. Bai Qingxiao engaged in lewd activities that made it abundantly clear that the dog in question was not of the furry but a 4-legged variety. Caught off guard and feeling a mix of embarrassment and disbelief, Ling Xiongwen quickly realized the true nature of the situation he had unwittingly walked into. As he attempted to make a hasty exit, he found himself blocked by Bai Qingxiao, who with an air of nonchalance, invited Ling Xiongwen to stay and keep him company despite the awkward circumstances. However, Bai Qingxiao's shameless request proved to be the final straw for Ling Xiongwen, whose sense of propriety and dignity compelled him to storm off in a fit of righteous indignation. This manhwa is really fun to read, knowing that we get to read again a school life manhwa that has romance yet spiciness on it. At number 1 we have Temperature of Skin. This manhwa is about Wooju, a person who found himself caught in a perplexing situation when Du Young posed a question that shook the foundation of trust between them, asking if he believed in his promise to send him to Hong Kong after all the things that happened 4 years ago in Seoul, South Korea. It is remembered how a group assignment was arranged where Wooju did not recognize any of the names of people around him, but after Kim Min-sok and Nayoung introduced themselves, Wooju was unable to make out Du Young's facial expression, which was in part due to the hair covering his face. From what Min-sok and Nayoung said, Wooju gathered they and Do-young all knew one another, having an appointment to head to. Wooju considered it had been a really long time since he went to eat with Hyunwoo. Although Do-young spoke to him briefly and came across as why, Wooju focused on meeting with Hyunwoo, only for him to not turn up to their planned dinner. Determined to feel at easy, he chose not to remain depressed about it. And so Wooju met up with someone of which the encounter was overseen by Do-young, although he did not say anything. Once alone, Do-young's facade was replaced by him laughing that he would no longer need to act like the good type either. This manhwa has a lot of secret and shocking moment, but still your average school life manhwa. The only thing that I love about this is the personality that both the uke and seem hides.